Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Um, few things today. Just got done with my second coffee sit of the day. And with that, I mean coffee enema. Yes, we're gonna just touch on it a little bit. Um, because what I'm finding and what I'm seeing and what again is resonating with me in the last week or so, the message on my heart is we need to get out of our comfort zones. We do, we do, we do. Hold on a second. You got to drink your green juice after you do your coffee sit. So I'm putting it down. So give me a second. It's like I need to revitalize myself. Anyhow, comfort zones, right? We're we're fed this bullshit lie that life is supposed to be hunky-dory, beautiful, wonderful, bed of roses, peachy keen, all that kind of shit. Okay? No. Feel like I have it. Yes, it's written on my marker board. And it's something along the lines of it's just the cost of life, like discomfort, pain, agony. That's life. We are, again, programmed and lied to that, like, in today's society, I don't know how old you are and what you grew up in, but so much of it is, nah, I didn't grow up that way, but per se, not in my mother's house at least. Um, but society does have a way of convincing us that if it isn't all sunshine and rainbows, that it's wrong. And guess what? That's not really true. If you listen to anybody on personal development, growth, etc., you got to get into your freaking, like, out of your comfort zone, which I call it the uncomfortable comfort zone. Because most people in today's world, if you aren't pushing yourself in some form of way to grow and evolve, which growth and change naturally has uncomfortable traits to it. It can be very uncomfortable in whatever way that looks like for you: pain, agony, sorrow, sadness, loneliness, etc. And that is okay. It's all okay. Like, we are here to grow and evolve. I can't even remember who it was that I was listening to that said that like it's just the cost of life, like like kind of like the cost of doing business. You're going to have pain and agony, and it's not always going to be sunshine and rainbows. It's duality, contrast. Open up to it and accept it. You know, when I say call it the uncomfortable comfort zone, is that we're just, again, I've said it before, we're either denying ourselves or we're too damn full of ourselves. There's so much illusion and delusion that we're just not living in a state of truth within ourselves. We're not checking in within ourselves and assessing how we feel and what we think, and really radically owning our lives as to taking radical ownership and accountability and responsibility as to, I've created this, or at least co-created this. We don't control what other people do, say, or think, but we do control ourselves and how we think and how we feel and what we do. And that plays a huge factor and a huge role. You know, it's just like who you choose to surround yourself with, how much you choose, like your boundaries, kind of thing. How much you let certain people into your life. How deeply connected you are within yourself. So, yeah, I think it's really important that we get out of our comfort zone. You know, Joe Rogan says this about working out. Like, he doesn't always want to go and work out. Sometimes it sucks and he really just doesn't want to do it, but he feels fantastic after he does it. I sit in my sauna. Sometimes it's like really hard to get to that minute 25. Sometimes it's even hard to get to minute 20. Um, these coffee sits that I'm doing it for my health and my wellness, to detox my liver, to detox my body, to save my body so I don't have to feel like I am hard pressed to sacrifice it to the medical mafia, which they are coming for me. They tell you, hey, you got this, hey, you got that, and we want you to do this, this, and this, and this, and this. And I'm like, no. Because I truly believe in the holistic approach to life, and that we have, if we take radical ownership of our bodies, like, our bodies are designed to heal. My body currently has been protecting itself, or me, however you want to put that, my whole entire life. So where I find myself now is just a product of my body protecting me. And it's time that I love my body radically and take ownership of my life and do what's necessary. You know, the coffee sits, they're not the most lavish, beautiful, fun thing, but I feel pretty damn good after. And that's what matters. It's kind of like working out. I love to work out. I actually like to do it while I'm doing it. I personally am a person that thrives in the push of things. You know, like, I love sports. I loved them growing up. I love to see how much I can go. Like, I used to run 5, 6+ miles every day before I had a bunch of kids. And just seeing how far and how long I could really go and pushing my body was a thrill for me. I loved it. I praised my body. There's other ways too that you can do that. Like, when I work out, it's like, how much more, how much further can I go? I think it's Ed Milet who wrote the book, The Power of One More. And it's kind of that concept of, David Goggins even talks about this too. Like, your brain is going to shut down or tell you that you can't way sooner than your body will give up on you. So push yourself and see where that growth and that momentum can take you. Like, I want to see this for you. I want to see this for me. I want to see this for the world, because we're so, stuck in this flippin' sick mentality of, I just want to relax and take it easy and be lazy. Okay, I don't know about you, but when I have lazy days where I just don't do shit and nothing gets accomplished, I feel like a lazy piece of shit. I feel worthless. And yes, I have been known to put a lot of pressure on myself. And not in a perfectionist way, but just like, my standards, how I've been told that they're high, which I don't really think that's true. I just think we live in a world where we've gotten so lazy. And we're so much, I know in my heart of hearts that we are so much more than we give ourselves credit. I just feel like we've been lied to and we're living that lie, and it's almost like we've made it out to be like, that's the way, I don't know what the word I want here, like, that's the most desirable. Like, you know, some people can talk about being famous and stuff like that. Like, that's so desirable, or being so wealthy, which I'm not knocking being wealthy. Be wealthy, get yours. While you're getting, though, please be giving, you know, because it's that flow, that balance of giving and receiving kind of thing. So before I like digress and get too much off of it, I think it's really important that we put ourselves in situations that we are pushing ourselves to push those boundaries within ourselves, okay? Within yourself. Not necessarily others, okay? Because that could get us into a whole different topic, and we're not going there today. So push yourself. Get out of your comfort zone. I will tell you a little bit about well, no, I don't. One thing that I do to get through my sits, and it's growing and evolving. I've only been doing this for like maybe 2 weeks. And I'm still working on my routine as to how often I do it, whether it's every day, how many times a day. Jason Christoff was who I first heard about coffee enemas from. I've actually known about him for years, and I'm just finally being like, okay, I can do this. I'm doing this. I'm almost 32 years old, and it's like now I'm finally, after being through so much shit and investing into other people and not getting in return what I deserved and what was portrayed to me that was coming to me or that was being presented, really has made me see things. And I just don't want to be deceived anymore. So like this is all part of like getting out of your comfort zone, is also getting in a way of like knowing more who you are and nurturing that relationship within yourself, knowing your boundaries, knowing, pushing those limits for yourself to see how strong, how courageous, how powerful you really are, how magnificent you really are, to rediscover your truth and divinity. Because I believe we come into this world, you know, God opens the book of names. He calls you by name. He says, I have this journey for you. Do you accept? And we say yes. So we incarnate. If you're in this life form and you're listening, you incarnated here and you chose this journey and you know it. Soulfully, your soul knows it. So know that you have the power and the strength to get through anything and everything that comes your way. And building that relationship and that rapport within yourself and knowing thyself and pushing your boundaries, pushing your limits in a healthy way to see how far and how much you can grow and evolve and how much your body, your mind, your soul can attain. So what I totally like lost my train of thought, but where I was going with that whole incarnating here is you have everything within you that you need to evolve or encompass your greatest and highest good, to evolve into your totality. So when we come here, I believe that we forget, it's by design, that we forget who and what and where, what we truly are, where we come from, kind of thing. And it's all about, and then depending on where you incarnate, what you incarnate, the environment, the people, etc., you learn, you agree to certain agreements, you learn certain paradigms and belief systems. And then throughout the journey of life, depending on how that looks for each individual, you have to, well, pain is the teacher, right? So pain comes in and you either learn, you choose to learn and grow and evolve, or you stay in that uncomfortable comfort zone and you stay ignorant and in denial and you choose the delusions or the illusions over truth. Or there's the flip side of gratitude and humility. You thank the pain teacher, you acknowledge the pain teacher, and you choose to lay down those comforts and get uncomfortable and push yourself to grow and evolve, to unlearn those limited beliefs, those old paradigms, the lies, and learn or relearn the truth in a different way, in a different form, to come into your truth and divinity, to grow, to evolve. That's what it's all about, guys. And that looks different for everybody. I'm not telling you that you have to go and do coffee sits. That's what I'm doing to purify and cleanse my body because I need to. Kind of desperately. So, yeah. Get out of that comfort zone. Get uncomfortable. Do uncomfortable things. Push yourself. Sorry about the pause. I'm a mom. Had to take. Haha. Did it again. To finish, just because the boy is right there across from me and He's funny. Anyways, get out of your comfort zone. Oh, I have my Mendy right here. Let me show you something really quick. I'm going to look a little redonkulous, but this is Mendy, okay? And when I do my coffee sit, I do this. I'm going to take it off because I look ridiculous. If you want to know more about it, comment, reach out to me. I will inform you. I will share with you the podcast. I learned about it. It's to help balance. Little tidbit. It like tracks your neural activity. And it's to help you like balance your mood and helps with a whole bunch of different things. But I personally got it for me to help with trauma, calm me down, get me more soothed. I would say help with like anger, rage. And I have actually been doing it pretty consistently. And thank you to my coffee sits. Like it helps get me through it because they can be quite uncomfortable and intense periodically, like the waves of an ocean. Anyways, so I use my Mendy. I suggest it to people. I'm actually going to start using it on my kids, but nonetheless, I'm going to wrap this up. I just want you all to see for yourself. Like I can sit here and talk to you and tell you about my journey and express to you benefits of doing this, of doing that, whether it's something, what you drink, what you eat, how you move your body, praying, meditating, yoga, just anything like that, and how it's worked for me. But it's your life. Live it. Live your life. Get excited about your life. I was thinking about who says that. It's Dr. Phil. Dr. Phil says, get excited about your life. For real. Live in this moment because that's all you got. I understand we have to process our past. And I shouldn't say have to, but set goals for the future. We envision, set the intention that we want for the future. But the time you have, life is now, in this moment. And we can always be doing, or being, I should say, being more, being higher, better versions of ourselves. And although certain things make us feel uncomfortable, like a coffee sit or like going for a run or being still, meditating, being quiet. I know a certain person in my life, and this person always has noise on, whether it's TV, music, whatever. And it's just like, even something as simple as sitting in the silence, whether it's just driving in silence or sitting in silence with meditation. Silence. God says, be still and know. Cut out the flippin' distractions, the screens, the noise, the people. Sit within yourself. Get to know yourself. This is about evolution and growth. Truly embodying your truth and divinity and becoming all that God has created you to be. Because guess what? You might, if you don't fully do what you were meant to do and live that full-on purpose, you're going to have to come back and do it again. Or something, that's deeply philosophical, but whatever. Get out of your comfort zone. Do things that challenge you. Embrace that. Do that with a positive attitude. I'm going to use these coffee sits because one, I'm in it. I'm doing them. And it's just like, you know what? Like this last one I just did, I'm like, I really don't want to do this right now. But I did it anyways. Do it anyways. I feel like there's something I said along those lines. Oh, that life gives us gifts, and sometimes they're wrapped in pretty presents, and sometimes they're wrapped in barbed wire. And if you want to get those gifts, unwrap the fucking barbed wire and bleed anyways. Stop being so afraid of blood or pain. Where the wound is, the light enters. We want to embrace that light and that love. I was listening to a podcast the other day too, and they were talking about love and relationships. Jim Carrey says this too. Don't let fear turn you away from your playful heart. I love that so much, because even though I've been through a lot of shit in my life, a lot of pain, a lot of agony, and I would still say that, and in a sense, I will probably always have some form of grief and mourning, because I've lost some really dear people in my life that I love so much. One being a son, and another being somebody I wanted to spend my whole entire life with. And that's some painful stuff. And I'm a person that loves so deep and true, and I'm not going to change that. I'm only going to grow more into that, because that's what I want. I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to avoid the discomforts of life, to be in that uncomfortable comfort zone. Because for me, that's not comfortable. I'm aware, I'm conscious enough to know that that comfort zone isn't really comfortable. It's just known. And I want to explore the unknown. I want to know what Jesus got behind his back. I'll surrender my teddy bear to see what life, God, the universe has to offer me. I accept those adventures. I surrender, and I set people and things free. I set my soul free so we can grow, evolve, so we can take on this adventure and see what beautiful things come. There's kind of a saying of like, let it go, and if it comes back to you, it was meant to be, kind of thing. There's that. There's a saying, two things can be true at the same time, just something too that I work on as a parent is to surrender my children. My mom told me years ago that my children are God's children before they are mine, and that's true. I was blessed to be their mother. I took on that responsibility, and I own it. And I actually told my oldest daughter this the other day, that I stick it out. Come hell or high water, come blood, sweat, and tears, I will not abandon my children, because they are worth sacrificing for. Some things, like yourself, are worth sacrificing for. It's okay. Don't give up on yourself if you don't want to give up on certain people, whatever. Like, that's not even really the topic. Just don't give up on yourself. Grow and evolve. Get out of your comfort zone. Do it even if it scares the shit out of you. If there's fear, there's more than likely something so beautiful beyond that, like the gift that's wrapped in barbed wire. Let that wound open you to the light. Bleed anyways. Because the gift will present itself when you have that intention in your heart. So much to be said, but I'll just wrap it up. Get out of your comfort zone. Do things that make you uncomfortable. Be present and be still. Get quiet. Get to know yourself. Lead from a place of love. Set that intention. I do this out of love for myself. Start loving yourself, because you can't pour from an empty cup, and you cannot give what you don't have. I love you all. Thanks for listening. Have a good one.